Hey guys, good afternoon. So today's my midday. It's a little bit later than midday video to you all. I found this little piece of heaven on my walk, and the only way I can capture, I got this camera wedged up into a tree. We got a jet skier coming on over. One of the really cool things about this is when I was with the pastor, he told me how all the lakes here in Upper Indiana are crystal clear, and he kind of told me the reasons why, which I would be a disservice if I tried to explain that to you. But maybe I'll bring maybe I will bring the camera over. You got to see these lakes. This is I'm used to lakes in Pennsylvania and New York, and while they're wonderful, they never quite look this clear. I've never seen lake water quite that crystal clear. So I don't know. Can you guys see that, or am I not doing a good job? Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Hopefully, you got to see that. I never get to see the camera. So anyway, my midday. So this is going to be interesting, I guess. There's a couple of, when you walk as much as I do, and you think as much as I do, there's a lot of stuff that comes across your mind that you want to address. And much like a lot of this trip, things just kind of take a course of their own. So I guess there's two real topics I want to talk about today and maybe tonight, and I'm just trying to figure out where we're going to go. And some things changed what I wanted to say. So first of all, a friend of mine, Steve, kind of gets out ahead of me and reaches out to some places to let him know I'm coming through town. And this is really nice. I guess he mentioned the American Legion. As you know, there's our veterans, and also reached out to the Elks Lodge. But the American Legion called me up not long ago and said, hey, if you're coming through, you're welcome to come meet us and have some dinner. So, I mean, that's a great thing to be able to look forward to. Thanks, Steve, for that, but thank the American Legion. And literally, as I was sitting here a few moments ago, I got a text from the Elks Lodge that kind of said the same. Well, they didn't say the same thing. They just asked if I was actually going to make it into town. I never quite got that far. But anyway, I guess a fish just jumped out. That's kind of cool. I don't know why I'm distracted like that. So today, let's get back on focus, Jim. Focus. Let's get back on a couple of things that I think are important to talk about. I'm going to save one for later. I'm going to talk about one now. Earlier today, my phone, I screwed up last night. I have a battery backup and I have my phone charger. And the battery backup charges my phone 5 times over, but I must have kicked it and knocked the plug out last night, so it didn't charge. I thought it was. So all day long, I was battling service issues and battling battery issues. So I saw a sign way back that said Subway 7 miles ahead. Not Subway. Good Lord, Speedway, 7 miles ahead. I know I'd walked quite a distance away. It could only have been a mile or two away, but I wasn't sure. I was almost dead. Had no service, hadn't been able to talk to anybody. And I came across this building. It was a mobile home community, and it was I think a management office with a soda machine outside. So I figured the worst thing I'd do is go get a soda, head inside, and just say hi to the folks, tell them what I'm doing, and maybe they'd let me plug in my phone just to charge it a little bit. So I walked in, and there was a young lady there named Erin, and she was on the phone when I got there, so I kind of minded my business and got a soda. And when she got off the phone, I said, hey, here's kind of what I'm doing. Any chance I could just charge my phone a little bit? She said, no problem. Just charge your phone, get cool, relax a little bit. And the conversation didn't flow at first, a little awkward silence, and she was working. I didn't want to just ambush somebody that's at work, and here comes some strange guy. And to boot, on my journey today, I didn't have my backpack with me. Usually people see that and understand what I'm doing. I just walked in with a little plastic bag of some goodies because the pastor ran my backpack out to me a short while ago. But we started talking, and then the conversation flowed smoothly. But I sat on the floor charging my phone and trying to use my Wi-Fi, and then a couple of things happened. I'm on this journey to meet people and observe things. I'm not necessarily here to change people's mindset, just kind of, again, share thoughts and observations. So here's this young lady working behind a desk, and the door opens, and this rather kind of gruff looking young man walks in, kind of pushed the door with a pretty good shove, walked up to her, literally throws the check at her, and she was very polite and said thank you, would you like a receipt with that? Didn't say a word, turned and walked away, didn't acknowledge me sitting there on the floor or anything like that, and just walked out the door. And she looked over at me and said, well, he's just upset. He I don't know, something happened that wasn't positive. And then, no more than 10 minutes later, this other young lady came walking in, walked up to her, handed her a check, said thank you. She again said thank you, can I get your receipt? No, I'm fine. Well, you have good luck to you. Hope everything works out. Good luck to you. The whole polite thing. She walked out, and then Aaron said to me, she's going to be doing the same thing the guy before went through. And again, this is my point, you know, if you're being evicted because you got to point the thumb and didn't take care of your business and didn't pay your bills or whatever the case may be, then the blame lies with you. You don't have to treat another human being. I can understand being frustrated or upset. I do. And I'm not saying he's wrong. I mean, I am saying he's wrong. He shouldn't have treated her like that. He could have simply smiled. But my point is, here's two different people undergoing the same, basically, outcome, and how they choose to treat a fellow human says everything about their character, in my opinion. And again, I don't know either of these two individuals. They could both be, you know, saints and wonderful people. It was just in that moment, at that time, he didn't treat her very well, and the other young lady did, and it was just in 10 minutes in the same situation. So, again, these are the things I'm observing while I'm out here. And, you know, as I tell this to you, I'm just asking yourself, how many times have you been that first guy? Maybe never, I hope never. But how many times have you been that first guy that maybe you let some outside influence impact how you treated somebody else? I mean, I'm guilty. I know, like I said, I got broken down over the years. And when I'm fired up or something like that, my patience probably gets a little bit shorter with my kids and some other things. Oh, and that gives me, as I said, I want to talk about a couple other things, but these two are not as deep as that thing I just talked about. Well, maybe they are. But the first one's funny. I realize as I'm taking this journey that, boy, my kids, when I get back home, they're not going to have a chance. Because all I could imagine myself was saying to asking my son to go out and mow the lawn and hearing him go, oh, hey pal, I just walked 3,000 miles, you can go mow the lawn. Or asking my daughter to get me a Diet Coke out of the refrigerator or something like that. Dad, hey sweetheart, I just walked 3,000 miles. This is going to be my ace in the hole till the day I die, so get used to it, folks. So I thought that was kind of neat. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about was, again, you know I always go back to music. And today, I don't play my music a lot because it just drains the battery. When no battery stay, I had my shot anyway. But for some reason, I started singing a song to myself. And maybe I was thinking about Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne, if you saw the news clip, I was outside of their downtown theater, and it had their own little Hollywood Walk of Fame. Well, they had their Fort Wayne Walk of Fame. And so I was thinking about that as I was walking and kind of reliving my trip to Fort Wayne and the people. I started singing a song. There's an old song by the Kings called Celluloid Heroes, and I ask you all to go listen to it, play it. Great song. But there's a lyric in the song that says, everybody's a hero, everybody's a dreamer, everybody's a star, everybody's in showbiz, it doesn't matter who you are. There are stars in every city, in every house, and on every street. And if you walk down Hollywood Boulevard, their names are written in concrete. But that one line, there are stars in every city, in every house, and on every street, I just kept playing it over and over and over in my head. And that's one of the things that, a message I want to get out there today, it's important to me, is, you know, hero is a big word, but it's really not. I know that I'm my kid's hero. I'm not the only hero. They have others, but I know I'm one of theirs. And I thought about that for a minute. And every one of us has an opportunity to be a hero to somebody. What we choose to do with that opportunity really is up to us. And I started to think about what kind of hero I've been to my kids. I've done the best I can. Certainly not perfect, very fallible. I apologize to them a lot about things, but I think I do a pretty good job with them as well. But you know, I think that going forward, as I relate to them and with them, I'm going to do it from a perspective, I'm going to point the thumb at myself and do it from the perspective that, you know, I am these kids' hero, and how I act and treat them reflects upon their opportunity to be a hero in the future. And you know, it's going to change a little bit about how, and I wouldn't have thought about this had this lyric not been going over and over in my head this morning, walking through, where did I walk through today? Columbia City, town with an L, and then Pierceton, and then Winona Lake. But anyway, I digress. So I really want to embrace that, and I'm going to ask you guys to think about it, give it some thought. Maybe you want to embrace it too. You know, those people who we are a hero to, whoever they may be, they look to us. And you know, sometimes I take for granted who I am or who they are, and I don't take pause to think about my reactions, how they impact other people. And usually it's the people closest to me that I'm reacting poorly upon. I'm sweet as hell to strangers, but sometimes my own family doesn't get the best of me, and I'm going to try to change that, and I'm going to keep that. There are stars in every household and on every street, and there really are, and there's for you guys as well. And then I took it a step further. So what I also tried to realize is that, you know, when you look around at a younger generation, whether it be 17 or 12 or 7 or 5, you know, those people, those boys and girls, they're going to be heroes to somebody someday too. And the way we're going to help them, the way I can help them, is by being the best hero to them I could be. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be perfect, doesn't mean I'm not going to fail miserably at times. But also, what am I doing to talk about that, right? How many times do we as parents or as friends or as mentors or as older folks sit younger folks down and kind of explain to them that there's a responsibility that they have, that there's that whether they want to or not, in some capacity, they're going to be somebody's hero someday. They just are. And, you know, I'm starting to realize now that nobody ever sat down and talked to me about it. And I'm sure a lot of people haven't sat down and talked to you about it. Well, maybe it's time we start. Maybe it's time we start sitting these young people down and letting them know that they're going to have an opportunity someday to be heroes themselves to somebody, and to start embracing it earlier. And maybe, just maybe, that will give them pause before they make a decision, before they act. And, you know, if we can get them all younger, they're not going to have to unlearn the bad habits like I will, and maybe some others will. Maybe they'll embrace it and they'll learn it going forward. I actually have to kind of make sure I put this in the back of my mind to act that way going forward. You know, if I get in that little snit mood and I want to be pissy about something, but maybe that will change a little bit if they embrace it at an earlier age. So I ask and challenge you guys that. So going forward, how many of you not only will understand that you are somebody's hero, but understand that those kids that you come across, teenagers you come across, they're the next generation of heroes to someone. And the best thing we can do is make them aware of that, and make them cognizant of that, and encourage them to keep that in the back of their mind with their decisions, their actions, their character, how they act. So it all came from one song lyric. I'm sorry if that sounds a little bit too Pollyanna-ish or sermon-y. I don't mean to be. It's just being me. But yeah, that one song lyric, Celluloid Heroes by the Kinks. Go look it up, go play it. If you play it, think about me, jump on the website, tell us what you think. I'm still waiting to hear from my friend Michelle back in Convoy to tell me if she's seen that movie yet, Vision Quest. So anyway, guys, I love you. Take care. I've been rambling. It's my midday. Tonight, I hope to head over to make it into Warsaw, Winona Lake area, and meet the folks at the Legion, thank them for their service, and enjoy dinner with them. So thanks for coming along. The weather's been great. Enjoy the view of the lake. I hope you did. I'm actually going to just sit here and park down for a few minutes and take a breather, have some water, and enjoy the view myself. It's walking along the highway with so many cars whizzing by, I don't get to see this all that often, so I'm going to enjoy it. Guys, thanks for everything. I appreciate it. I love you. Kira, Landon, Grace, you know what? You guys are going to be heroes someday, all right? So just keep that in the back of your mind with your actions, okay? Love you guys.